So, I'm often asked this question: why can't I manifest what I need to manifest? Tumultuous, you told me that I can create my own reality. Well, I've been trying to create reality and it's not creating. What's up? Well, I don't know you, but my first guess would be is that you're not manifesting a reality that's to everyone's benefit, just your own. And if that's the case, then think about it. Why the fuck should the reality create itself for you if you're just benefiting yourself? Because usually, if one person is benefiting only themselves, meaning other people are going to deficit from it or not benefit, the opposite of benefit. What do I mean by that? Well, I love doing this. I absolutely love it. I never thought I would love something like this, although people have always called me an egoist. You know, he loves himself. I like hearing myself talk. I'll admit that. I like the sound of my voice. So do other people. And it's not that I sit there and I look at myself and, oh, how beautiful you are, you know? It's not it. I just like the fact that I have these ideas. And listening to myself reiterate them, having forgotten them sometimes, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. So I often listen to my own content. I think everyone should because it's a good way to, leave yourself notes. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And I've often wondered during this pandemic, like, when it ends and I have to go back to work. I work in the restaurant industry and I'm a chef. I'm back of the house management, meaning I'm on salary, meaning they own you. So you work 50 hours a week, and that's like, not like, oh my God, that's okay. It's normal. 60, 70, that's like, all right, he's doing well. I've slept at the restaurant before. I had the produce guy in the morning wake me up when he had the vegetables to bring in because it was no point to go home and come back that early. It's called the clopen. It's when you close and you open the next day. So I often wonder, like, fuck, how am I going to make this content? And it's not like I sit here and I think about it. Just that I have time to think about something other than tables 35 fucking swordfish. And I sit there and I give these ideas out, and it caught on because people seem to vibe with this. Not everyone. Some people disagree. Some people don't listen. Some people get bored. Some people think I'm pretentious, which is fine. Great. Free will is a thing. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But there are some people that thank me on a daily basis to say that I've given them a different perspective on life, that all these beautiful things that I read, right? I love that. I love it. So I was thinking, how the fuck is this going to happen? And sure enough, there's a new variant strain of a virus in New York City. They just signed a bill that's going to extend unemployment until the end of August. So that's another summer free. But what do you do with that time? Do you do something to benefit yourself? Or do you do something that you like and benefits yourself while benefiting everyone else? That is why reality doesn't manifest for those that are saying that it doesn't. Well, because you're not manifesting a reality in which case that you're assisting other people. Why should I assist other people? You shouldn't. But then don't expect the reality to fall into place for you, champ. If what you want is there is no way with it to assist other people, then it's not the right thing. If you want to be filthy rich, why do you want to be filthy rich? So you can buy whatever you wanted? Why do you want to buy whatever you want? So other people could look at you and be like, wow, he's rich or she's rich. Why do you like expensive clothing? Because other people know that they're expensive? Or is it because you appreciate the fact that they're durable clothing that will last you a long time? There's a difference between not being able to afford a $1,000 pair of boots and $1,000 purse. Boots are functional, purses are not really. I'm talking about women here, obviously, but I mean, I guess it goes for guys too, knapsacks or whatever. But the thing is, if you want to manifest this reality for you, you want a slice of the good stuff, you have to be able to make a pie, take that slice, and give the rest of the pie away because you only asked for a slice. And that's the problem with most people. They ask for a slice, the universe gives them a pie with the thought that the rest of the pie is going to go to the rest of the people, and they just eat the whole pie. I bet you asked for a slice. What the fuck you doing eating the whole pie? Well, I didn't think the rest was for everyone. You didn't think the rest was for everyone else. You know what I mean? That's the shit I'm talking about. I love doing this, and I wondered how I would do it. And I'm not saying that that's what happened, and it's terrible that there's a new strain of the virus and all this shit, but this gives me until the end of the summer to do this. And I started doing the masks. I sell the masks. I literally need money to only upgrade this scenario, to get a better camera, to get better lighting, to get more paint, to get different things to show everyone what's in my mind. And it's not for me to buy new shirts and look cool in front of who? There's nobody here. There's you guys. But if I have a better camera with better vision, with a better lens, better maybe microphone, that could be more clearer. More people will see it as a professionally made thing. Because I want it to be professionally made, but I just can't afford it to be professionally made. I have an iPhone SE because it's the cheapest one they got. Do I want a fucking 12 Pro? Of course. But not because I want to have all the doodads on it. I want to be able to use the cameras where they are intended. I want to be able to capture water at 60 frames per second and explain to you why a water droplet, when it hits, it separates and yada, yada, yada. I want to do a time lapse of it freezing and then show you exactly what happens when water freezes and why. And the intent that you express onto the water could change it. Like Dr. Emoto's or Professor Emoto's experiment, when he had the Buddhist monk pray over contaminated water and it changed molecular structure upon freezing after the prayer was said. Water has memory, you know. And water is alive, but not like alive like the blob alive. Basically, you're drinking the same water the dinosaurs drank. It's just like water cycle. And if you distill water, which means you evaporate it and collect the evaporated water, it's got no minerals, nothing in it. It's just pure H2O. If you put it inside of a container, what water will do is it will leach the chemicals from the container. Water will take chemicals from metal to infuse into itself because it has memory. It needs to have nutrients, which is why it's bad to keep distilled water in a container that's metal. So that I could express if I had better video. I can buy an electroencephalogram, which is a brain measuring device, and show experiments of how you have a thought half a second before you actually have a thought. If it's a willful thought, like if I had a ball in my hand and I wanted to throw it whenever I wanted, before I threw the ball, I would start thinking about it like a second or a second and a half before it. It doesn't seem possible for you because you threw it. I thought about it, I threw it in a second. Now, electroencephalogram can depict that, show it. I want to maybe find dicyanin and make a fucking 2 window panes with dicyanin dye in the middle of it and just maybe make a window through the astral realm. Get a pretty big broadcast and then just wake up half of the planet in one shot. 5 minutes looking through my window of dicyanin into the astral realm, the believers will already obviously be believers, but the non-believers will be like, whoa. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that don't like that. I'm probably going to be fucking hunted, but that's another thing. If I had some cash, I would have a pretty good defense system. I don't need a defense system because I'm not offending anyone yet. But if I showed half of the planet the astral realm, the real fact astral realm that Kilner said you can see if you put it between 2 panes of glass, which is why they fucking just buried those things underground, the goggles and the dye, so far that nobody could fucking even think about it. There's one article of it online. The article actually says it's pretty easy to make. I'm not going to try to make a fucking dye synthesized from coal tar. I'm not a chemist. I don't want to learn chemistry just for that, but I would love for somebody to give it to me, and I have enough balls to put it on glass and show people, but I just don't have enough time and enough energy to make it. You know what I mean? I want it bad, but not that bad. They say, though, too, Kilner writes in his book that once you learn how to see the human aura, they say you could see the way electricity moves, like you could see it flow, because it blocks out most of the white light. I think the problem is that a lot of these creatures, like UFOs and the ships and the ETs, they're hidden in this spectrum of light because it blocks out all the light that we can see, leaving only the light that we can't. So technically, like if we see from 10 to 23, all an extraterrestrial has to do is emit radiation or energy that is above 23 or below 10. And it's not possible for us to see them. It's like a rock can't be gas right away because it first has to turn into liquid and then gas. It's just impossible, right? Same thing here. You just can't see them because it's in the back of your head. You can't see the back of your head. Period. So, but with these goggles, he said, once you learn how to perceive it, you don't need them anymore. Like you literally learn how to see the astral realm, and then you throw away the tool because technically speaking, you could always do it, but it's easier to do it with a tool. Just like you could learn meditation like a Buddhist monk by sitting in a a monastery and home for like what 12, 13, 14, 20 years. Or you could just pop in Robert Monroe's binaural beats and you have the same hemispheric synchronization as a Buddhist monk within a matter of minutes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I could train myself to see the astral realm, but that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to see it quickly so that other people can look at it and see it quickly. Because if 20,000 people, if 2 million people, if 20 million people started believing in the astral realm and believing that our good intentions and thoughts of love and hope simultaneously could change the entire vibration of the planet, the one way to convince them would be is to show them the astral realm all at once. And then right after that, when their jaws are on the floor, you say, while your jaws are on the floor, as you're picking them up, think of the happiest moment in your life. Everyone in unison, and go. We all turn into spirit form and we bounce because we learn how to feed ourselves without food. Vegans are happy, the carnivores are happy, the whole planet's happy. Gaia can restart again and set a new race of civilization on here. And once again, except for this time around, we won't die, we won't get killed off by everything. We will actually move on the way we were supposed to 3 times ago, before the Egyptians, before the giants. There was one more before the giants, as far as I know. But fucking Earth, we only have a certain amount of time to get shit right, and then Earth resets. So we either all die or we fucking go. No civilization has gone yet. None of us have actually done what we're supposed to do and turn into energy form, spirit, and go off into the fucking ether. Because we keep fucking it up. This time, extraterrestrials had to break their fucking code with us and come down and say, stop using nukes. Because we figured out nukes. We started blowing shit up. They're like, oh my god. These fucking guys. Not only are they starting wars, they're gonna fucking fuck up the galaxy now. Because a nuclear explosion reverberates throughout the universe, you know. It's not just like a little boom bap. It's a fucking sends a shockwave throughout the whole shit. And particles or beings that are energy, by the way, that hurts them more than anything else because the shockwave of a nuclear blast is a lot of energy in it. You know, the EMP, all that shit. So, an energy being with a nuclear blast, you could feel that shit from fucking, not miles away, but you know what I mean? Planets away. Excuse me. So I love what I do. So if you want to manifest something for yourself, probably not going to work. But if you could find a way to use that manifestation, if it brings you a power, if it brings you knowledge, and immediately start sharing it or benefiting others with it at the same time. Like I'm selling these masks that I make. What makes my masks different from everyone else's? Because I made them. What does that mean? Yes, first of all. Second of all, it's because they're change. It's called a duality mask because when you breathe, the mask changes colors and shapes and patterns. Not a lot of people doing that. I am, because I think that if I'm going to sell something for $16, it's going to be something that whenever you walk into a room, people are going to be like, what the fuck, where'd you get that? They're not going to look at your shoes. They're not going to look at your watch. They're going to look at your mask and be like, what the fuck? Did you just fucking, that shit just change? And you'd be like, whew, and then it'll say, stop looking at my mask, because I could write shit now. You know? Like, that's why I love it, but it's going to benefit other people. And I have a feeling that it will be successful. I'm hoping that it will be successful. If not, shit, I'm right back where I started. But if you're selfish about manifestation, think about it. Like, if you had the power to grant anybody anything, and somebody was like, I want to have all the money in the world. Why? So I could be the richest man and nobody else gets anything. Would you just go ahead and grant that wish? No, you'd be like, fuck you. I'll make you the richest man, but then everyone else is going to be $1 poorer than you. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it works. Collectively, we have to combine and then transfer out of this fucking thing before it resets. Which, by the way, is happening very fucking soon. I don't know when. Don't ask me about the date. I have no fucking clue. It might not even be the next 100 years. Who knows? But 100 years is It's a wet fart compared to what we've been doing in the past 100 years. Okay, you know what I mean? Like the fucking timeline is kind of like we're right here, which means that we're either all going to kill ourselves, we're all going to finally achieve it and bounce, or the Earth's going to reset and we'll have to start all over again. All the light bringers are going to have to reset, go back to fucking square one with the swords and the stones and the sticks, and guide everybody slowly but surely onto the right path until what? We invent nukes again and kill. Oh my God, this shit is never going to end. But that's what I'm saying. If I was to reach someone that could help me with this, and literally, I mean, because I know it sounds crazy, but like, if they wrote about it and the government hid it, there's a reason for that. Why would the government hide something if it wasn't true? I know it's fucking crazy to say that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why would the government make it so hard to get to if it's just bullshit? To what? Distract us from the real truth, which is it's bullshit? Like, no, the government hid it because there's things that if we saw, it would change the perceptions of a lot of people simultaneously. And then the people that are in power now, controlling the energy flow, will be powerless because energy flow is something that they can't control because it just flows. You could put a dam on a river, but then it'll just go over the dam. You could put a fork in the river, but it'll just split the fork. It doesn't matter. If enough of us think one way, the rest of them won't have a choice. They'll have to. It's like tentacles to a big octopus. If more than half of us or 3/4 of us are pulling right, it doesn't matter what the rest of the tentacles are doing. The octopus is going right. You know what I mean? So that's that. Manifest and help other people, please. Oh, and buy a mask.